I'm predicting that near the end of the Flash movie, Barry is going to be his own worst enemy. Here's how. So with the Flash trailer, we are shown that there are going to be two Barry Allens. One, Ezra Miller, was bad enough, but two? Ooh, that's Hawaii's worst nightmare. But it seems like one of them isn't going to have their powers right away, but I'm also kind of thinking that the main Barry, he's still going to have his powers, but they're just slowly disappearing, or he's just not going to have them anymore right away. Reason why I feel like this could be the case is because in the trailer, we are shown that they're going to be recreating how Barry got his powers with the chemicals and the lightning strike. We're even shown that a lightning strike is going through both Barrys. This could mean that either one of the Barrys or even both of them don't have their powers until then. But you're probably wondering, how does all of that lead into Barry becoming his own worst enemy? Well, I'm predicting that one of the Barrys is going to become the Reverse Flash. And the reason for that is the Reverse Flash's backstory. So with Eobard Thawne, also known as the Reverse Flash, but in the case of the Flash movie, it might not be Eobard Thawne. So pretty much his backstory is that Thawne is from the future. And as a kid, he was obsessed with the Flash to the point where he ends up recreating on how Barry got his powers in the first place, and boom, you got the Reverse Flash. So with the movie recreating how Barry got his powers in the first place, it could be foreshadowing that one of the Barrys will become the Reverse Flash. And I'm thinking it's going to be the second Barry. The new Barry from the timeline that Barry creates after he went back in time to save his mom from getting killed. Another reason why I feel like the second Barry is going to become the Reverse Flash is because the main Barry is going to realize the repercussions when it comes to changing the timeline. Changing one event ends up changing everything, like how instead of Clark Kent Superman being on Earth, we got Kara, or how there's a different Batman, who I am thinking is going to be Thomas Wayne instead of Bruce Wayne. So after the main Barry realizes this, he tells the other Barry, telling him that he's pretty much going to go back in time again to stop himself from saving his mom. And if he does, the new timeline he created will no longer exist. This could take off the second Barry to the point where they have an argument about the situation and possibly even start to fight each other. While they're fighting, the main Barry will probably win since he's been the Flash a lot longer than the second Barry. He has more experience at fighting at super speed and even using the Speed Force. So with the main Barry thinking that he's won, he starts to run back in time to the point where he first shows up to stop his mom's death. As the main Barry is about to stop himself, the second Barry shows up and stops him instead. Their fight continues, and it gets to the point where the second Barry starts to get aggravated at the main Barry because he can't seem to beat him. So instead, he turns his frustrations out towards his mom and ends up killing her. A straight vibrating arm thrust through the heart. Dark, I know, but that's kind of how I picture this whole thing going. The main Barry wouldn't know what to do because of the shock of reliving his mom's death. So the second Barry takes this opportunity and gets away. So I see this erasing the second Barry's timeline, but the second Barry doesn't end up disappearing. Instead, the main timeline goes back to almost normal. I say almost normal because now there are two Barrys instead of one, and you have the second Barry killing his own mom or killing the main Barry's mom. I don't know, time travel stuff tends to get a little bit confusing after a while. With the second Barry having this hatred towards the main Barry, the second Barry ends up dropping the Flash mantle and becoming the Reverse Flash instead. After all of that, you would think that the main Barry would become the Reverse Flash instead, right? Because the second Barry ends up killing the main Barry's mom and everything, so it would kind of make more sense for the main Barry to become the Reverse Flash. Unless you think about it like this. At whatever point in the movie where the second Barry ends up getting his powers, most likely he'll end up really loving the fact that he now has powers. But not only that, in the second Barry's timeline, he still has his parents, especially his mom. And because the main Barry is going to take that all away, put yourself in the second Barry's shoes. You would be pretty pissed if another time version of you shows up and decides to take that all away from you just because they ruined their own timeline. So if the main Barry was going to take all of that away from the second Barry would probably decide to take something away from the main Barry, that being his own mom. And that kind of action would make more sense for the second Barry to become the Reverse Flash. Also, going back to the trailer where we first see the two Barrys, what is the second Barry wearing? A yellow sweater with yellow headphones. But how is that relevant? Well, yellow is the main color scheme for the Reverse Flash. He mainly wears yellow with red accents, while the Flash wears mainly red with yellow accents. So with the main color that the second Barry is wearing, this could be another foreshadow that the second Barry is going to become the Reverse Flash at the end of the Flash movie. So when I said in the beginning that Barry is going to be his own worst enemy, this is what I meant. The second Barry is going to become the Reverse Flash. But yeah, that's pretty much my theory on one of the Barrys becoming the Reverse Flash. Comment down below if you agree with this theory. But if you don't agree, comment down below on why you think the main Barry might end up becoming the Reverse Flash, or if you think that Eobard Thawne would actually show up at the end of the Flash movie. But yeah, I pretty much got nothing else to say, so I'm going to end the video here. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for my other discussion videos, also for my reaction videos. So if you're into any of those, definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, you know the whole thing. So with all that being said, again, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, see ya.